Welcome back. What a beautiful world. A beautiful world for some kingdoms to coexist on peacefully. Oh gee, I hope nothing bad happens to this place. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this beautiful world and we're gonna just kind of squiggle all over it. Don't worry, what we're gonna do is a little more elegant than this. But this is where we're gonna start. And then because everything has to be neat, because I have problems, we're gonna go through and just clean up the coast a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna vortex the actual heck out of this place, alright? Actually, you know what? I think I didn't do enough damage here. Let's shred this place just a little bit more, shall we? Okay, that's better. Now we vortex the whole thing. Make it look like it was supposed to be this way. Like I didn't just ruin a perfectly good world. I would never do that. Okay, cool. This looks great, doesn't it? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect some places just a little bit. Just make sure there's a lot of ways to get around. So we're gonna go bloop like this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Just kind of make it so that people can walk. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Now this looks kind of like a giant mountain in the middle, but it's actually swamp, so don't worry about it. Let's go ahead and throw some trees out here. Okay, I'm kind of loving this. This looks great. It's gonna be kind of a mess for people to survive on this place, but let's see how they do. We got disasters off, we got rebellions off, but everything else normal is on. Today we're gonna exclude the orcs as usual because they're stupid OP and they win every time. And we're gonna try to handicap the humans a teensy bit because they usually win, but not every time. All of this land is bad, but what do you think the worst land is? I'm gonna say this because there's not that much room. One of these kingdoms is gonna have to go, and I'm gonna give you one guess which one it's gonna be. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna put the elves up here in the grass, and we're gonna put the dwarves down here in the savannah. And we're gonna keep them all consolidated to one kingdom each. There we go. Let's even it out a little bit. There we go. 12 apiece. That looks good. Honor in hell? Hell boys. Sorry, spelled that wrong. There we go. We got with rock and fire we go. This seems much more like a dwarf slogan, but this is the elves. Call them rock stars, bro. Swords for life. Sword. We're gonna just call them sword. How about that? Sword. Why does the word sword look so weird sometimes? It's just the word word with an S. Sword? The S looks like it shouldn't be there. That looks so wrong. It looks cursed. Sword. Sword. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's crank the speed up a little bit. This world ain't looking too hot, right? We can agree on that. Doesn't look too good. Looks a little bit like, you know, a mess. Let's actually turn biome overgrowth off. I think that's just kind of unnecessary. Let's take a little tour here, right? Sword is out here in this little tiny starting area. There's wood. There's trees, but everything's kind of a hassle. Look, you got these long bridges of savannah you gotta go across just to get one stone, you know? Stinks. A couple stones scattered around. There's a little fly. What? Where did he go? Your neighbors are chickens. Coco coo. Cuckoo for cocoa. Cocoa? Whatever, man. The king was killed already by sharp snout. I don't know how, but I always forget that rhinos exist. I really should not have put the dwarves here. I'm so sorry. It'll be tough to start out, but they'll be okay. I think they have the best land. Well, that's actually how, I don't know. We'll see. They're struggling because of the rhinos. My bad, guys. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, sorry. They'll be okay. They'll be okay. They'll be fine. The dwarves won last video, so you know what? Maybe it'll be okay. We'll give the elves a chance. Elves out here. Look at them. They're like fishing amidst all the water. It does look kind of cool, doesn't it? Let's turn this off for a second. It does look cool. I really like how this looks. My favorite thing to do is just create like, I don't know, unique worlds, like as if you went through a portal into some alternate dimension. I don't know. Maybe that's cheesy, but this place looks really cool. Like you're truly in a different world. We don't really have land like this anywhere on Earth that I know of, but here we are. So I dig it. Dwarves are struggling. You know what, let's give them a little boost. I actually feel really bad for doing that to them. Let's help them out by catching them up to the elves. That's the last time we're gonna help them, because I think the rhinos are only a problem at the very beginning. Once you have like enough people to beat them up as a group, you're fine, but we gotta get them to that point. So there we go. No more help. That's it. Hell boys out here at 77. They're doing really well, and it's kind of nice they're red. I didn't even do that. They just became red, which is the color of hell, obviously. Everyone knows that. We got the rock stars. Let's actually change their color a little bit. I'm just attached to making the elves green. It just feels right. And then the dwarves, I feel like they got to be like brown or yellow or something. Let's go like that. There we go. Okay, looking good. So let's see what their options are. Hell boys have jungle biome. pretty good biome to start in. They don't have that much room. They're kind of in this mid-pass area here, and they will eventually move up into swamp most likely, and then it's very mountainous. There's not that much going on here. In fact, so little going on that they actually can't go there because it's a mountain, so they're gonna have to go around. So their only route to get to the dwarves is basically assuming there's a path through here. Looks like there is. I try to make it so there's a path through most everything, so they can kind of zigzag their way through here if they want to get out here. But I think it's more likely they'll just keep moving out this direction, but we'll see. They also can come down this way, which is probably a slightly shorter pathway to get to the dwarves, but the dwarves are down to 30. Look at that. They're beating up rhinos, and the rock stars up here are kind of pushed up against the edge, and they haven't really expanded very much as I would have expected them to, but they have tons of land that's pretty much undisturbed to move into. You know, they got all this grass, they got all this grass. This is connected, right? Yeah, connected. Looks like they're moving down here. Good for you. Good for you. Oh, ease. Is that how you spell ease? Dude, why does English look so weird to me today? It's like I woke up forgetting how to spell. Everything looks weird. Even this looks weird. Rock stars? Huh? That's a word? That's how you spell it? What's your name? Weirdo. Lie head. Okay, that just looks weird because it is weird. This is not the best game to be playing if words look weird, because there's legitimately lots of weird words in this game. Okay, Hellboys are killing it at 134. Sword is kind of struggling along at 61. Rockstar 105. I don't know if Sword's going to be able to pull this one through. I initially put them here because people always tell me they're best near the mountains, so I wanted to give them like an easy access path to the mountain area. I don't know how much help that's actually going to do for them, but apparently that's a thing. And we did put them surrounded by mountains last time, and they did win. So I don't really know if that's true or not, but I've just heard it repeated so many times that it's starting to sound true. Their population is decreasing at a pretty steady rate, and I'm a little worried about them because I don't even see any rhinos killing them. I think they're just starving. So not a good sign, but somehow Hellboys are over here thriving. Look at this. There's just like this little scattered pile of dirt, and they were like, let's make a farm on this thing. They're making it work despite the facts, you know? You know, they say we're all a product of our environment, but you know what? That doesn't mean you can't make the most out of a bad environment. You can take this stinky environment and turn it into I don't know, a water park. This could be a water park. That's right. Look at this garbage place for a farm. Look at this. But they're making it work. I want to see someone make it into the swamp because this whole center area looks so like cruddy. Also, I've said this before. I want them to add another type of water. I want them to add swampy water. Maybe people can walk through it or something, like with half movement speed or something. Or maybe you just can't move through it at all, but I would want to be able to make certain water look like a murky green brown, you know, like swamp water. This whole center area is all swamp looking, but you still have this beautiful blue water. I want this middle area to look stinky. I want it to look stinky, you hear me? So if the developer's watching, which he definitely is not, give me stinky water, all right? That's my one request from the next update. Give me the stinky water. It could even be another biome. You know, maybe it's a biome kind of like the old swamp biome, where the old swamp biome came with that kind of green water. I liked that, okay? I understand why you removed it, but let's bring it back in a new way that works. That's my request. I'm a visuals guy, and I want to have a little more color variety here. I want stinky water. Anyway, I'll stop talking about stinky water. Let's talk about the stinky dwarves for a second here. 47. They're struggling big time. They do have a farm. I don't know why they took the liberty of walking super far across all this so that they could build a farm in the swamp. Seems like the last thing you should do. But hopefully that will mean the people will stop starving to death so much. The rhinos are still out here just killing everyone as they get born, which is a bummer. Hellboys up here at 220, which is just barely ahead of the rock stars at 212. They're moving up the coast like I thought, but they actually kind of skipped over this whole swamp section and built down here, which is pretty close by to the dwarves. Not that close. Well, actually, no, it is, which might be bad news for them, but everything's bad news for the dwarves because they're struggling big time. So hopefully you're cool with this mostly just being elves versus humans, because that's kind of what it's becoming. I feel like videos like this are more about just seeing how the races behave on the weird landscape and then actually waiting to see who the winner is. At least for me, I just like enjoying watching them do weird stuff because they have to, and then, you know, eventually someone wins and congrats to them, but that's not what I'm here to see, baby. Well, 240, pretty big jump. Hellboy's at 270, okay. Sword over here at 74. They are spreading out. I know I shouldn't interfere anymore, but I'm tempted to turn some of this into grass. And you know what? To heck with you guys. I'm doing it, all right? Let's turn this section that they started on into grass, because it's just, I just feel bad. I actually do. So that way they can move into Savannah if they so wish it. But they don't have to start there. Does that make sense? That makes sense to me. So we'll see if that helps them at all, because their population is still declining. Actually, even faster now for some reason. I don't know. They'll figure it out. All right, they'll figure it out. Okay, we got Hellboys down here with 330. They definitely don't feel like moving across the sand here. This land, as far as the amount of surface area, is actually pretty good. There's some silver up here and everything, but they are going every direction except that way. I think because they don't want their sensitive little feet touch the hot sand. Oh, do you not want your sensitive little feet touch the hot sand? Okay, we got Hellboys at 360, Rockstars at 380, and we got the dwarves over here at Sword, my bad, at 80. We have no wars currently, but I think we're gonna get there pretty soon here. So I'm sorry to Sword for this video. It's half my fault and half the fact that they're the dwarves, and the dwarves always just do really bad. So today we're gonna get a good old classic red versus green showdown, humans versus elves. And the Rockstars up here actually took the lead. They're up by like 30 or almost 40 now. So in a way, I kind of hope that the humans declare war on the dwarves and kind of get busy with that. And it gives the Rockstars some time to keep expanding, because they still can take some land up here. There's all this up here still with some silver. Oh, look at that silver sparkle. I want some. I don't know what I'd do with it, but I want some. We got Rockstars about to break 500. There you go. Hellboys at 460. They're not that far behind, and I feel like they're catching up, but it's hard to say. Maybe not, actually. Sword is just, I feel like even after I've helped them, they're just stuck. They're just stuck. I don't know what to tell you. There's so many rhinos down here, but they're all starving. So if you just wait long enough, you won't have to deal with it. So I don't know what is making their population struggle so much. I mean, they kind of ran out of space, I guess. But like, look at this huge farm. Like, there's no one even planting on it. You're gonna tell me you guys are starving to death? You have the ability to make food, my friends. So I don't know. I don't feel so bad, because it feels like they're just doing bad because they are just doing bad. Not really my fault. Then it was my fault. I'm trying to make it sound like it's their fault. Plus, their kingdom is shaped kind of like a kidney bean, so that's pretty funny. We can agree on that, right? Okay, 636 for Rockstars, 570. So they are up by about 60, but I feel like they're running out of land. But I do think they have the most land. Not by that much, but it does seem like they have the most land. Hellboys have a larger area, I think, but their land is very fractured down here. Like, look at this. You call this land, buddy? What do you think you're doing over here? Like, what is this? Tiny little farm? They got so much sand. You can't use sand. Okay, 820. What the heck? Huh? What just happened? Did they just jump up by 200 population? Whoa, what just happened? That was super weird. Okay, well, they're up by 160 now. Did they really just jump up like 200 population while I was zoomed in over here making fun of them? Okay, well, I'm gonna stop making fun of them because they're taking it very, very personally. And now they're sweating. They're sweating big time. I'm also extremely surprised no one's declared war, to the point where I had to check to make sure diplomacy was on. What gives? The world is full. Let's see it happen. Sword over here at 59. Just, you guys are hopeless. I don't feel bad anymore, okay? I gave you everything. All the things I did wrong at the beginning, I fixed them. Okay, so big deal. There's a couple rhinos left. Deal with it, you know? That was like 100 years ago that I got rid of Savannah. You can handle 5 rhinos. Also, these rhinos are just kind of being jerks. I don't know if they're running all the way from down here up to here, but like still. You think these people would be dealing with them now, but apparently not. Whoa, is this elf down here? What the heck are you guys doing? What on earth are you thinking? They sent a boat around the entire world? Okay. Let's actually just Sonic speed until we get a war, because I'm ready for some wars. Okay, there we go. The Hellboys have declared war on Rockstars, so the dwarves are currently left out of it. During that time, the elves caught up a teensy bit, but they're still down by like 80. This village, of course, instantly goes up in flames because there was no chance it was ever going to survive. Interesting choice. The elves are coming in full force, though. Look at this. Sheesh. Wow. No way, dude. Okay, so the humans are kind of just getting stuck over here. They're not really attacking. Okay, they are a little bit. Why does it seem like the elves are turning this around? Look at this. They had like so much more army, I guess. But the humans are a little stronger, so I don't know if that's going to really work out for them. Yeah, it looks like they're cleaning them up. So many bows, too. I feel like if you have too many bow people and you get pushed by a bunch of sword dudes, you kind of die. You know, that's just kind of how it works. All right, there's a big army over here doing the same thing to the elves. It's actually a little bit hard to tell who's winning. Let's check the population. 1100 to 900. So yeah, I think the humans are technically winning so far. But that was an amazing attack though. They didn't get that far actually. So maybe it wasn't that amazing, but it was just like one huge army out of nowhere. It's like they sent their entire force into one spot, which kind of left the rest of their lands undefended. So maybe not a good move actually. Maybe a really bad move, actually. Rockstar's declared war on Sword. Really, really bad move. It's way too late for that. They're currently being wiped out by the Hellboys, and they decided to declare war on someone else. This would have been good land for them to take the lead earlier, but I think it's a little too late, especially because they just wasted their whole army. So, yikes, guys. I don't know if this is it, but I do feel a little bad for the dwarves. I'll be honest with you. But I also don't, because I feel like they just are so bad. They were so bad today. I don't know what the deal is. Like, being in the savannah biome should not be GG for you. That shouldn't be game over. I've put people in savannah all the time and like they struggle a teensy bit, then they get over it because they can handle a rhino or two. Oh, boo-hoo, there's rhinos here. We surrender. The humans are doing what they do, you know? The Hellboys are bringing the hell, you know? And the elves, even after declaring war on the dwarves, have like not even really done anything to them because, oh yeah, that's right, they're being destroyed right now. Interesting strategy. I will say that much for sure. If they had declared war on the dwarves earlier and then just kind of cleaned them up really quick, wiped them out, took over their land, they could have been a higher population than Hellboys, but they waited until it was too late to start a new war. Not a good plan. Not a good plan at all. Looks like Sword just declared war on the Hellboys. So now I think everyone's at war with each other. Yeah, everyone's at war. But that basically means game over for the dwarves, I think, because there's just no way they survive longer than 2 seconds against the Hellboys. But who knows? Maybe the power of like friendship will prevail or something. It's unlikely, but it's a nice thought, you know? Even the elves are here. Oh no, guys, we gotta defend. Guys, too late. Yeah, I think that's it for them. They just still got their boats left over, but who cares, you know? And now I think it's the elves' turn. We got these huge Hellboy armies on the front lines here, just wiping everybody out. It is like interesting to watch them fight on this weird landscape because it feels like they do have to clump together so much. It's like these long trains. You can't really tell how big the armies are until they like all spread out at the end. But yeah, it's like these long it's like these long trains that then split up into this big army. But it's hard to tell sometimes. I kind of love it, you know? Okay, so this whole region is almost gone. They're down to like the final 2 villages here. And they do have an army left. Little army. Is it gonna be enough to stop the Hellboy horde though? I'm gonna say probably not. 100 population, down to 80. Is this one gone? Yep, this one's gone. Jeez, bro. You know, I'm down for the Hellboys to win. It's kind of a sick name, you know? And then being red, they were kind of cool. They were really quick at expanding. I gave them, technically, I want to say at the beginning it was the worst land, but it wasn't Savannah, so I think this was the worst land. But I gave them really crowded, small land. But they still made the most of it. So, good for them. Congratulations. Humans win. We do need an elf win eventually. It's been a lot of the dwarves and humans winning. Elves have not won in a while because they're really bad. I would love to see what the next update. I know I already talked about the swamp stinky water, but second thing I want, okay? I've just been thinking about the update a lot because I know it's probably coming out relatively soon, hopefully. But I would love a little rebalance patch on the races here, you know? I think the humans are good. I think the dwarves are fine. I think it makes sense that they're a little bit weaker, but they can win under the right circumstances. Like, that's fine, technically. You don't have to buff them. Elves are just atrocious. You gotta give them something, man. They're way too weak. They literally can't win anything. Their whole neutral with animals thing is cool, but not enough. The fact that they live a little bit longer is cool, but not enough. And then, of course, the orcs, stupid OP. Way too aggressive. Make them chill out, all right? Give them a cup of tea. Make them take a nap. Take their damage down. Maybe slow them down. I don't know. Do something, because it's like we have to leave the orcs out every time and then the elves lose, so it's pretty much just humans versus dwarves every video. And in a video like this where the dwarves did not perform at all, my bad, it's like an automatic human win. Yeah, so that's my second request. I know the developer doesn't watch me. Imagine if they did. That'd be cool. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, like the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know your ideas down below. And I will see you, little goobers, next time.